There we go. We need to wait. I might give a few minutes for a few people to come on.
Yeah. We won't have to give it too much minutes. We can start a little welcome. You can start sharing and inviting.
Turn the camera around on that.
That's a nice refrigerator.
Yep.
Huh? A nice refrigerator.
Is it? I don't see no seconds of it.
It's recording now.
You sure?
Hey, Brittany. All right.
They in here.
Let's see. Yeah, they're coming.
There you go. We want to record.
It's recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
We in this thing.
All right. I'm just sending out a few reminders.
How y'all good?
Yeah, we are sorry. We were like 3-4 minutes late. We had some technical difficulties.
What?
That's the unfortunate thing about working with technology.
True.
We about to get together, y'all. We
I raised some hearts and love. I feel special.
Yes. Okay, wait. I'm just trying to wait till a few more people come on.
If y'all can, share this video, people. We already up to 13, 18. Come on now. Come with it. Come through, people. Share it. Tag some people.
You think you want to go ahead and
come
start?
Say hey.
I think y'all should
go ahead and start. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So I don't know if y'all seen like a few of the videos that I've posted on my YouTube channel entitled The Girl Code. And of course, y'all know me, I'm Nette. And this is my cousin right here, Vaughn. So this is my first cousin, and we are first fam. So
hey.
I'm gonna let Vaughn introduce himself and tell.
My little spiel. Okay. How y'all doing? I am t.h.e.n.a.p.p.y White. I go by stage name Frozen Deception, the line Black Escanor, Lion Center Pride, the best friend collector, your biggest fan. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm a host from the Nappy, not another podcast people use. I've been in Little Rock, Arkansas for a while, but now I just transitioned. I've been home for about a week, and I'm ready to bring the culture, man. Bring the culture back to the Delta. Yeah.
So, of course, you know, you all seen the topic of the video. Y'all seen the flyer, and we said that we were going to be talking about millennial dating. So, what is a millennial? Like, what a millennial is us. Millennials are those individuals who were born from 1981 to 1996. Yep. You want to give your spiel about it?
Yeah. From the perspective of a millennial, I'll give our own definition. Some more specific ones online tell you that it goes further on to 2001. But for the ones that came of age in adolescent years, 21st century adolescent years, would be, like she said, from 1981 to 1991. I'm sorry, 1995, 1981 to 1996. 96, there we go. Yes. Right. So, we are classified as the technology age. We're the most in-depth. Well, we became the first to be most in-depth with technology. You know, there's another generation out here, and they just as good as us now.
They are.
We are also, I guess in a stereotypical way, are called the hookup generation.
The hookup generation, y'all. Y'all hear what they call us?
We getting it. Yeah.
So, doing what grown people do.
Tell that story. Anyway, but besides that, I guess, you know, we're more prone to vote and be active in activism or activities. We are the more adventurous individuals to get out there and travel more. We are also, we're a little bit more conscious or in tune with civil rights, even though people don't believe it. We are actually even more in tune with politics, a lot more than Generation X and baby boomers now. Like, they ran it, but we are also...
We're like more hands-on.
Yeah, it's like we talking now.
Doing the work.
Yeah.
We're not going to be quiet about nothing.
Yeah. Even more in tune with
politics. The other thing, so we were going to kind of talk about like our perceptions of dating.
Yep.
What is dating? So I give my perception before I give a definition that was found. So the thing that is so unfortunate is that, like, being from the Mississippi Delta, like we aren't always taught the proper way to date, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like we're talking to this one person And it's kind of like we talk for a little while. You my boyfriend, let's go. We get married. I got my dress picked out. I got the bridal party, everything.
I was married now. Yeah.
But the proper way to date is to get to know someone with the intent to try to make mental connections and to see if you all can even like stand to share the same space.
Yeah.
I guess like trying to be more intentional.
Yeah. Well, she pretty much did that. I was about to get to it. The key word to what she just said, intent. So a lot of part of dating is trying to figure out what it is that you want with an individual. So I think there's a little bit more conscious within our generation to understand the needs and wants of ourselves compared to, you know, the typical, I'm going to be this type. I'm just looking for a wife. I'm just looking for a hookup. I'm just looking for a certain type of individual. We're very picky and choosy in a sense. Not much, but at the same time, we're at the extent like we're kind of a little bit more vocal about likes. We're more vocal about what we need in a man or what we need in a woman. We're more vocal about what we ain't finna take. You know, yeah. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want that.
If you gonna do this, I don't want you. You gotta go to the left.
Yeah.
I think that another thing that like when it comes to dating that I want to say is unfortunate. I think when you were talking about like the titles or whatever.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it comes off to be a little confusing. And I say that because like we do the things that people in a relationship do, but at the same time, it's like we're very careful about putting a label on it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like as soon as you put that label on it, you know behind that comes a responsibility.
Yeah.
Everybody don't want that responsibility. Don't nobody want to hear nobody saying you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, you know what, we want to avoid putting a title on this at all costs. And I think another thing we do is keep our options open.
Yeah. There's we got our stage crew over here giving us all types of thumbs up on stuff, man. One thing about certain labels and certain definitions of people, you become marginalized in a sense, and some generations actually are okay with that in a way. Sometimes we are too, but when you have bigger dreams, I think our generation actually has a little bit more get up about being imaginative about what they want to do in life, where they want to go. Mm-hmm. Most baby boomers are at this point, they're retired now. So their retirement point is actually at home. Not a lot of them are actually traveling with their retirement. They're cool with what they built and they're cool with the comfortableness. Right. We can be that exact same way, but with advancement. Like we kind of got sucked into the life of advancement. There's technology that makes us want to go try different things, see different things.
Like everything is I didn't even cut you off, but like it's easily accessed.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, even we kind of mentioned earlier before we started recording, like when it comes to meeting people, like technology is one of those things that has made like the dating world a little smaller. Yeah. I mean, because you can slide in the DMs. You know, you can get on Tinder.
It's easy. Swipe right.
Christian Mingle.
Farmers meet. Farmers meet is so funny to me, but at the same time, I'll be like, man, everybody need it. Like how you can literally find exactly what you're looking for. Exactly. Back in the day, you kind of had to go with it. If this person I'm liking, you cute, and you kind of had to accept that person for what they are,
right? And
had to grow and be comfortable and compromise. There's not much of like, hey, I ain't gotta compromise. I can go directly to what I want.
Exactly.
Yep. What's up, family, y'all? We're gonna address y'all. It's so many y'all in here, man.
Darius said,
Fred.
He said he just trying to meet his wife in the comment section.
Okay, look. If y'all can talk to each other in these comments, break it down to us what y'all think millennials dating is, what millennial is, what millennial dating is. We're gonna get to these comments and break them down. I appreciate y'all coming in, bro. I seen so many people.
Appreciate it so much.
Erica, I see you, Cuzzo after the pain, Shonda. Like, appreciate y'all coming in. Keep sharing, keep tagging people.
So we want to talk about like how society has contributed to dating.
Yes, society and technology. So as we all know, compared to maybe 10 to 15 years ago, You know, even when we were in grade school, when the phones was this small, or
the Nokias,
the Nokias, the ones that don't even break, right? You know, that was still a way to keep us in touch with each other. But it was a new step in innovation to how things that like got super out of hand. I can literally get on the computer and find wherever you at, where you go, or in some sense. So it's like I don't really have to put in so much effort as the courting part of it. Like, you know, like Generation X had to do, or even us as kids. Like if you want to break it down, like middle school,
we had the letters.
Yeah,
the letters we used to. I can't remember how you used to fold.
Oh yeah,
y'all know the little rectangle shaped letters that we used to pass around.
I've done it a couple times.
Passing around. To my baby from your baby on this date, what class you was in, what you was doing. Y'all know, like that didn't happen to me until my like senior year. But that was so dope to me. So dope to me. That was our form of texting. It was one of those things that at the time, like even now, like as an adult thinking about it back then, like you don't know how much effort that took, because at that point that lets you know how much this person was thinking about me as they was writing this letter.
Yep.
I mean, we put the date and time, we wrote the letters and everything.
I'm in Miss Mac class at 3:20, getting ready to go. So I'm gonna give you this when you about to
reasons. Just thinking of you,
man.
Like that is something right now. Like I don't want to necessarily say that it's there, but I think that effort is just like
I don't have to put too much.
Out the window. It's like you don't have to put too much effort in.
It's like I can think effortless. I can think a lot about you, but for as like how to portray it, there's not really any mystery to it. Like all I gotta do is, you know, text this real quick and not make it really a big deal compared to like, oh, I gotta send this letter, I gotta give it to you in person.
Shorthanded.
Yeah. Oh,
WYD.
Man, the text.
What you doing? HMU.
Okay.
Hit me up.
We hella short with each other.
FWI. F with me. Like, come on. Like,
man, why you call me? You could have texted me.
You could have texted me.
Man, that's okay. I've seen that so many times. I'm like, you know what? Like you could have just said, okay, I'll see you at 3:30. You didn't have to be like, so you at home? Like, okay. You didn't have to call me.
This is the thing that gets me. It's kind of like, you know, we talked. I don't know if we mentioned earlier about mental connection. I think when I said about dating, is to try to see if you're able to make mental connection with, you know, whichever person that you're dating that you're attracted to.
Right.
To see, okay, if I can make a mental connection with this person, then it ain't just got to be sexual right now. But we do know that once it gets to that point, it's gonna be lit because we were able to mentally connect with each other. Because I just feel like if you ain't got no type of connection with somebody, once you get to do that, then that's all you have. But what I was going to say prior to that is the point where like communication seems to be like one of them things that is kind of like dead now. Because just like I said, it's like we always texting. So like once we do get to have a phone conversation, like the conversation is awkward.
Yeah.
When we do get to meet up face to face to go on a date, it's awkward because it's like we don't know how to have a genuine conversation in front of each other. It's kind of like, you know, I'm ready for this to be over with. I don't know if I want to meet you no more.
There's I guess a subtle way of practicing, a subtle way of what in person does to you. Like we pretty much are a big family. So we had the Sunday dinners, we had the card nights, the dominoes and stuff. So we were social within our own family, as well as social within, what up, Kensu? We were also social within our school and things like that. But technology was advancing with us. So as we get to that, like the peak of age, when we get to the point where like I'm adulting, I'm paying bills, I have my own apartment, car, stuff like that. You know, the effort and your energy had to be split up in a sense. Yeah. So it's like, do I even feel like going to this kickback, knowing for the fact that I just got off work at about 20 minutes ago and I ain't really ate.
So the thing that's so funny that you just said, and Shay, I read your comment, you write about communication and what you saying that's why it's so easy to just text instead of like writing letters. Right. But like the thing that Von said, like we're not making it seem as if millennial dating is all bad. Like of course there are pros and cons to everything. Definitely. But like when he just said, like it's kind of like the mindset change because it's like we're trying to be our best, like work, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do this because I gotta go see. I mean, that's even when you got like a little boo thing coming over.
Yeah.
What time is you coming over to do this? Because I gotta get ready to go to sleep because I gotta work in the morning. I ain't about to be up all day with you.
One of my really, really close friends always give me, is like, boy, you don't never sleep. Like, I don't see how you still have the opportunity to. It's like you up still either on the computer or you're checking out stuff, watching, researching. 9 is my bedtime. I was like, damn, we had bedtime since we was like kids. Now you actually putting a self-imposed bedtime. Like, that gets to me. In the comments real quick, because I see y'all coming in. I see y'all shouting out. Shoot out y'all age and what y'all generation is. I want to know how many millennials are in here. I want to know how many Generation X. I want to know even if it's some baby boomers. Generation Z, you know, y'all watching. Generation Z is pretty much about 2001 on down to, to where we at now.
The ones that just now turned 21 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot that in there so we can see. So we can see what y'all looking like, who watching this, or is it more millennials in here than we have, Generation X? Right. That even pose so many different things to why we have a certain type of way of how we interact in dating, because look what we're doing now. So I'm online.
The other thing with the way society, I feel, has contributed to like the downfall of millennial dating, music and like media, period. Music, movies. I mean, like back then, like I have an old soul, so I still like to listen to music from the early 90s, the 80s, even back when our parents were kids, like, because then it was so soulful, you can feel it. Like, I never understood what it meant when my mom used to say, turn that off, it's getting on my nerves. So now, like, when I hear something, I'm like, you know what? I like turn it off, it's getting on my nerves. I can't take it.
Shoot, I can't understand them.
I don't get it.
I really want to know what they're talking about.
It's either talking about sex, drugs, or it's degrading the female, violence, or degrading women.
And the thing about it is, like, other generations did it too. It's talked about a certain type of way now. Like, there was a Crank Lucas. Crank Lucas had like the evolution of music from 80s all the way to now. And it's like 80s was like, don't do drugs. It's in our community. We don't need to mess with that. And then early 90s was like, I'm selling drugs because I have to do whatever I got to do to provide for my family. The 2000. See, she caught what Crank Lucas was saying. 2000 said, like, hey, I'm having fun. I'm out here. We popping Molly. We doing it. 2001, like, we drugged out. Like, I can't have fun unless I'm on it. So the way we even like interpret stuff now, it kind of gets very like shorthanded with us. Like, I don't really know if like lean is just my life. I don't think so.
Right.
It's like it's compared to, I know in the 80s, like late 70s, early 80s, it was a lot of soul ballads. It was a lot of love music going on, right? When we got to the 90s, you got some new jack swing dancing type stuff, right? And when we came in adolescence, it was nothing but like dancing or dance moves, or we had love songs, but we also had we was living with them Keisha Coles, like My Heart Broken, I Don't Think I Can Do This No More.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah. It was like we grew up with the Mary J. Blige, like I'm Going Down, all that. So it's like, in a sense, we're still in love and we're still open to the idea of dating very monogamously.
But it's kind of like that was a shift in the mindset.
Yeah, it really was.
It's like, but the thought pattern of it is so much different now.
Yeah.
And like I always tell people, like, sex has become to be one of those things that is more used for like a recreational purpose.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm just doing this just to have fun.
Yeah. I need to unwind.
Yeah. It's an outlet, and it's kind of like,
it's like,
huh?
Seriously,
but it's like,
I had a rough day. Come drop me peaches. Maybe, and then you gotta give them one of them faces. Maybe.
Right. But it's like, it's like there is no type of mental connection or anything like that that goes along with it. It's kind of like, hey, look, we did our business. Now you can't spend the night. You got to get your stuff. You got to go home. You can't be seen over here. You need to leave before the sun come up in the morning. It's time for you to go. What she say?
So
there's not a lot of. No, it's not a lot of.
Not a lot of shit. Okay.
I'm the exact opposite of that. You gotta leave shit.
Yeah. Like, they are in a relationship without really stating that you are in a relationship. Like, that's it. Like, that's one of those things where I was saying, it's like, We doing everything that people in a relationship do.
Yeah.
However, we ain't gonna label it as being a relationship because we still want to keep our options open.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the next best thing. So if somebody come along that look better than you, got a little more money than you, they got a better car than you do.
Yeah. What's that word that we?
You come here over here.
Was it?
So it's like.
Was it Jada?
No, I was. Oh no, I wasn't.
I think the word that a lot of us was just like, we have a sense of getting bored really, really quick, and instead of like adding substance to ourselves or adding substance to your interactions with people, sometimes we get to that extent where you know what? As soon as I realize that you don't have much, instead of helping you give more. Mentally, intellectually, spiritually, physically, whatever. Like, I'm gonna find somebody who I know, or you know what? Let me just go try this. I know this ain't really, you ain't really hitting it like I would like. You're not really talking to me like I like. Let me go see if this one will do it like instead of actually tell that person that, you know what? Like, I'm not really into, your type of music or stuff like that. Do you mind, like, if I share some of mine with you, or I ain't really feeling that, you rubbed it this way. And I'm going physical because it's more like it seems like that's what all people think like the millennials are doing, is the physical part,
but
which
like,
is not
that's
the case.
Like one of the things that I was telling you about last night when I said like the curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, you see somebody and I want you physically based off of how you look. I'm imagining what it's going to be like, but when I get it, I'm like, it's garbage. And you hate you did what you did, and at this point, you want to throw the whole dude away, or you want to throw the whole woman away. So it's kind of like, you know what? I wish and then that's when you get into ghosting.
Man.
Like, you just completely cut them off, like no explanation of reason or nothing. Like, you, my brother, you got to go.
I'm sorry, but anybody really spend the night tonight.
Yeah, nope. I don't feel like
I ain't really. So, and I also think I kind of had conversations with some Generation X's for the last couple of days just to get a standpoint of what they see about us. But I also asked for tips, or what do you think that? I actually also asked for positive things. Like, do you see any good things about us? I didn't really get much of it, but at the same time, I did get that we're very intellectual. Like, we're so intellectual. Like, don't get me wrong, man. All generations bring a certain type of intelligence. But when I say millennials,
we have a more entrepreneurial type of.
We have a drive. We have a drive on work. We have a drive on educating ourselves. How many times have people been saying self-worth? Yep. Like, we've been very conscious of the food we eat. We've been very conscious of even the individuals who are being elected. A lot of us might not vote, but I know who on that ballot.
And we are very active in even so I would even say when people were voting, I saw a lot of people on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook posting their pictures that said I just voted. And I saw a lot of people even making posts saying go vote, go to the polls, go vote. Yeah.
It's good. All good stuff. And
I mean, there are some good things, so it ain't all bad. But the thing is, even last night when me and Vaughn was talking, I'm going back to something else. So I don't think that necessarily dating is dead.
Yeah.
I just think that it's been it's somewhere pushing a pull door. That's what it's doing.
Yeah, I think one of my things that I always used to dwell on, actually growing up, and now just now that I'm reaching a certain age, I dwelled on not really dating outside of romantic. So I'm gonna go into the difference between platonic love and romantic love. So platonic love is pretty much the same type of interaction that you would get, but without the sexual, without the even part of saying that I'm instantly in a relationship with you. Basically the get to know you phase, compared to the romantic phase, which is as soon as I'm in a relationship, I'm actually having sex with you. I'm actually calling you my boyfriend, my girlfriend. I'm actually showing you my parents. Those type of that was the difference between platonic and romantic love. And I actually never really practiced it until now. And the only reason I actually practice it till now is because I became aware of certain things after hurt.
Right.
After hurt and after realize like I'm doing the same stuff over and over for about, all the way from about 18 to about 25.
Right. Which is kind of like why I feel like, the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. But I always tell people different approach, different outcome. Like you can't be doing the same thing. So at this point, like I always say, you have to go back and you have to self-evaluate after every situation that you encounter, whether it be a friendship with one of your friend girls or your homeboys, or a relationship with an intimate partner. How did I contribute to this situation? Gotcha. Even if you were the one that was hurt the most, like was I too nice? Did I enable behaviors?
Yeah, I got you.
People just need to communicate more and be honest with themselves. Of course they do. And the thing that I feel like being honest with yourself is that point of being able to be accountable for some of the things that you've done.
Right.
Like I said, whether you was too nice, whether you enable certain behaviors.
Whether you didn't vocalize about
the way you feel.
Yeah, about what you feel. Like sometimes we think that that's lo-fi. That's lo-fi hip hop. That's lo-fi hip hop Mario on YouTube. They be dropping all types of beats and stuff. Also, like if there's also some people in here that y'all have some suggestions and comments about music, about lighting, about conversations, about questions. Help us out. It's our first one and we doing well. Please do that. Ginsu, I appreciate you, brother, man. Ginsu is from the T.h.e.n.a.p.p.y. He's one of the founding members of it and appreciate it. And it is, thank you. Some of the comments. We're about to go through that. I really appreciate y'all coming in. Keep sharing too.
Sex is good when we have sex for fun. It's not just for... Right, but the thing is not for...
So Felicia Covington?
So Felicia Covington. So she said that sex is good. We have sex for fun. It's not just for reproduction.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not just for reproduction.
It's about the oxytocin.
Yeah.
The oxytocin, the chemical that is released in a woman's brain whenever she's having a sexual encounter.
And it's not just one. It's also.
The thing is, like,
dropped a big one. There's
sex can be fun, but when you reproduce, what you gonna do then?
Yeah.
Like there are consequences behind this when we do it. It's either unplanned pregnancy, it's disease.
So she's being very responsible right now. And I appreciate that
I'm being careful with
she's giving it. I'm gonna be a little bit more out there. I'm gonna be a little bit more out there worldly for as an individual who kind of, based on that comment and based on experiences I've had too, I definitely understand where you're coming from when you say you know what, I'm not really just so close into wanting sex because I love you. I wish I had so many people, so many different teachings about individuals telling me that sex is not all about love. If I would have kind of got that talk about, sometimes you are going to get, you are going to think certain things, you're going to like certain people because of their physical. It would have also prepared me for, what would happen when I actually crossed that path with people and I didn't feel the same after the orgasm. Or I didn't feel the same after it left the bedroom. Like that type of mentality is something that needs to be nurtured and talked about. We don't just need to tell people don't do it unless you're trying to make sure you're married or that's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking celibacy, abstinence, waiting to marriage, none of that. But I want people to be a little bit more realistic to, when they're upbringing kids or even to themselves that you have to be in love to be with someone physically. Now, doing stuff with physical always leaves some type of mark. Always going to leave some type of mark.
Regardless of what people say, and no matter how much we try to ignore the fact or put it as far behind our heads that we can, but each time that you lay down with somebody and get back up, a piece of you leaves with that person.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that got to me was when I started finding out about spiritual soul ties. And more so of STDs are a thing, sexually transmitted demons. And sometimes Okay, yeah, we are having sex for fun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm walking around today. I'm mad. I'm depressed. I'm aggravated. Don't say nothing to me. Don't touch me. But I don't really know what's wrong with me. So y'all saw that post where somebody was like, I'm mad and I'm depressed. Somebody said, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you are carrying whatever that other person may have been going through, and you don't even realize where transaction just took place.
So I guess what she's coming from is that transferring her energy. Actually, it did happen. It do happen. It happens so much.
Spiritual soul ties, baby. Spiritual soul ties.
It happens so much that a lot of people just say that, you know what, you acting like that because you need some dick, or you need some, you need someone to drop your like.
Let go of it.
Like I know.
You need to let go of it. Exactly.
This is what I like about like humor. I wish someone actually made a Snickers that turned you better. Like you having a bad day, eat a Snickers. I really wish it actually happened like that. Like I would, if I'm turning into a cranky person.
Just give me a Snickers without the calories.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to gain a little bit more. I'm looking good. I'm gaining, but she holding it down. I ain't watching mine just yet. But I would love a Snickers to keep me away from certain thoughts and mentalities. And the thing is also, be realistic. Like that communication part that a lot of people are saying in the comments. Yes, sexually transmitted disease, Shakur. She on it. She telling it all.
She sex transmitted demons. Yeah.
If I would have had some type of outlet to kind of keep me from certain interactions with people, honesty about what it is that physical does to people, because especially if you're good at it, people go. I'm sorry. If you're good at that stuff, that brain will release them chemicals that's just like cocaine. It's like more a drug. Potent. It's more potent than real drugs.
Dopamine.
Bro, your body will instantly say, I'm supposed to be having this. I'm supposed to be fit. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And you're going to want it from that person who gave you that feeling. So y'all know who was that? You got me fiending. Yeah, I thought he was lying. He wasn't lying. That was the truth.
Man, and people go crazy. What's the girl from
what did they say? Love is a drug. Love is the strongest drug.
Love is a drug. And it's difficult because they say with millennials, they say we do it so much more than other generations that that's the reason why we're going wild with certain thoughts. It's the reason why we are choosing to be. I've been called weird a lot lately. I've heard a lot of people call my interactions or my understandings, my teachings, my pretty much the things I'm starting to accept from my life is like there's a certain type of norm that comes with certain generations.
So can I address her right quick?
Yeah.
So who is that? Shakura,
Miss 99.
Where is that? Can you go? Let me see it on here.
Miss 99. Okay. That's Pumpkin from the Nette. Yeah. She's one of the Nette.
So that's another thing. And Shakura, like I think that's another thing that people need to talk about is love languages. Mm-hmm. That ain't nothing that most people talk about when they're in a relationship. I mean, your love language, like whether you like to be intimate, you like to be touchy, you like, communication, like whatever it is that, your love language. So she said, I see myself. Okay. It's about finding that balance, even that sexual balance. You can be fed emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and yes, sexually as well. Sex is healthy when done right. Of course, it is always healthy when done right.
Yeah.
Safety and with the right person. Of course, with the right person. Physical touch is my love language. That intimacy and touch is addictive like a drug. It is very much so addictive like a drug. But you said the key thing, as long as it is done with the right person.
Yeah.
Now you have some guys and you have some women out here who will fake it till they make it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna be everything you want. I'm gonna give you everything that you're asking for because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get what I want and I'm gonna bounce.
See that goes back to a video that I'm starting to circulate from actually the girl code that was just posted last night was Are You a Booty Call? Right? And intent wise, like if you're not going to be vocal about it, don't like put that type of treatment in people's life because some people are actually taking that interaction a little bit more personal. Like having sex is personal. Having somebody to touch you, shout out to Touch Me Again. I perform. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. Anyway, having someone to enter your personal space, to enter your personal, your melanin, your flower, your tool, whatever y'all want to call it out here, is so intimate but it can be non-personal as well. Like people can literally just be out for satisfying a certain part of their entire. You know, I'm big on balance lately. I'm big on balance about.
Okay, I want you to address this question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But Miss Jamel DeJohn, she said all people are not mentally stable to be sexually active.
Okay.
Some people life experience may cause them to look for love through sex and not knowing that they have to deal with their issues and love self first. Exactly.
Yes.
Mental health has to be solid before. Oh my God, engaging in sex, and that's when you get them folks like on that movie that Beyonce and what's our name? That's my husband and I forgot his name. Idris Elba. That woman was obsessed.
Oh yeah, obsessed.
Yes, obsessed. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah, there's a certain type of healing that people need to do if they're at a point where they are feeling like they're hurt or broken or been through some stuff. There's a certain thing you want to do especially if you're trying to go on in the future as creating another partnership or another relationship or even marriage. There's a certain type of way you need to handle yourself before you enter other engagements with someone. Because I had bag lady. Yep. I can't sing. Yeah, that's exactly what she was talking about.
Sex is not for everybody you come across.
True.
It's not, and you shouldn't have sex with everybody that you come across. You shouldn't do that in the beginning anyway.
I have a lot of great friends that are very expressive. Like Miss 99 is one of them. They're empaths, which is individuals that kind of take in and draw and reflect what people have going on and able to help them deal with. My sister's somewhat of a strong empath. And I've learned to see how much of a lot of that can also be interpreted as sexual, and it's not. It's really not. Sometimes you actually are a great friend to somebody. Sometimes you actually are a very nurturing person without it being like you're leading me on with feelings. And if people can understand it, that would be and pretty much projected, communicated well enough. There's so much more we can have in relationship wise, because some people think that we can't really even be friends without physical or sexual stuff coming into nature. Like they instantly think that if you're touching each other,
normalize touch.
We do have to normalize touch in a safe and productive way, because there's a lot of things that cuddling does for people, and you don't have to have sex. There's a lot of things that having this type of conversation with your family does, and is nowhere near physical, is nowhere near relational. Besides, the deep connection and bond of just being around people.
Right.
Like people make people better, or dogs, or dogs and food for me. But the mindset of a millennial sometimes is like we will always try to find a different outlet of healing, and sometimes we don't deal with people to heal. We do a lot of like self-reflection. We do yogas. We do, shout out to my people who sage, who take their own trips. I love that.
Oh, yes.
Go take yourself out.
I look, y'all, all the time. I tell anybody, I don't mind traveling by myself. I don't mind dating myself. I buy myself flowers.
Yeah.
I go out to eat. I go get my manicures, pedicures. I go to gym. I wanted to address that.
Okay. So we got a comment from Jeremy White, and it says, do you think there's a lack of teaching leadership or positive relationships for millennials to understand the nature of relationships? Do millennials need to put the cell phones down and learn how to have a meaningful conversation that will allow them to know their partner? That was awesome.
Put the cell phones down. And I would say this, like, I know people like transparency, so I don't mind providing it. So I would say, trying to do this. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say. So there was a time where I did go on a date with this guy, right? Mm-hmm. We actually spent the weekend together.
Cool.
We went out to eat. We went to the movies. We had fun. But the thing that got so awkward was the fact that I noticed that like whenever we were in a place where like things were more private, we were able to be like more vocal with each other. We were able to have more conversation versus like when we were out in public and eating. Right. It's kind of like, this is kind of awkward. I don't really know how we're supposed to talk, and we're both like this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yeah, so you done eating yet? You ready to go call away? We need a ticket. Because at this point, it's like we both ready to go because it's awkward.
Here.
So
right.
It's kind of like, you know,
so
put the phones down.
Yeah, it's some of it. Some of it is forced habit because all we do, like sometimes our phone is all our business. You know, especially me. I always use my tablet. I'm always writing something, new poems. I'm always looking up something research wise. But I do it that so much on my own time that when it comes to actually being personal with people, I barely have anything. Like I barely keep my phone on. I barely if we're at an event, I'm so stuck in moments. Like when I see, we'll make you put your phone down. Yeah, bust it. She got the voice.
And I'm gonna say I'm gonna interject for a moment. Mm-hmm. So you know, one of my line sisters, she's married, and yeah. But no, the thing is, I love it because you know what, her and her wife, when they go out on dates, they put the phones in the car, leave the phones in the car, or either we're gonna turn them off.
Yeah,
that's dope. I mean, because at that point, it's like, okay, we have no other choice but to sit here and get to know each other, see you, talk to me.
Yeah.
I know that we ask the questions, okay, like, hey, baby, how you doing? How was work today? How was your day? But it's different. Like, okay, at this point, we actually have time and we can actually go in, you know, in-depth conversations. Like, this is me and you time. We connecting. We're bonding.
It makes your brain work harder.
It does.
Yeah.
What's the guy name? And I want to get it. Derek Jackson. He has the game Mentally Stimulate Me.
Yeah.
So it's a card game for like people who are dating that they play, and like there are like different questions and scenarios on there, and it gets your brain to working. Where you have to answer like, you know, specific questions. And it is also one of those things that help you separate the real from the fake.
Yeah.
It lets you know who's really here to just trying to. They say they want to Netflix and chill, but they really trying to chill. So it helps you, you know, separate the real from the fake.
It's something. Thank you, Jamel Johnson. Yeah, Jamel Johnson for saying it. She said a lot of people are in relationships for the public and not for themselves. Too much. And that's
them the ones that's always
like
on social media.
You know how the ones that have the
not knocking it, but
like when you see what is it relationship goals. Day goals and stuff like that.
And you on the outside looking in and don't even know the hell that them people going through.
Please don't make certain things day goals. Create a unique situation within yourselves, because everything that works for Beyonce and Jay, I promise
but
will not work
for
about
what B and Jay go through.
Yeah, and there's so many things. Like there's good things to admire. Now, don't knock anybody's relationship or how they get down. It's just sometimes when we start depicting vague goals or relationship goals, we go into this thing where we look for a certain type of imagery and not really knowing that that's not really organic. That's not really real, because I'm sitting here looking for this same female that's like holding this guy down. That video, there's so many videos that came out on Valentine's Day where, you know, even the female partners hooked up the rooms, money, shoes, and things like that. And I was like, dang, maybe I want a girl like that. In actuality, you shouldn't have those type of expectations of people. You can have like a self-worth all day. Make sure you know your own self-worth. Make sure you know what it is that you want, because in understanding that, you kind of produce something that's actually worth longevity. Sometimes we go into thinking that a person is dope. Person like I can be spitting all types of charming things. I can look a certain type of way. I can produce certain things in public. But then as soon as you get me behind closed doors, as soon as you get my number, I'm just a failure in real life when it comes to relationship. See, I look good out out on stage, but don't nobody know that I'm panicking trying to get into the next, costume.
It's like you see the top of the iceberg. The iceberg. Yeah. You don't see everything at the bottom. You don't see that
massive thing that took out Titanic.
Exactly. Jasper, you shouldn't force chemistry. No, you shouldn't.
True.
Either it's there or it's not.
Yeah.
If you're out with someone and you have awkward silence, a lot, that's probably a sign. It is a sign.
Yeah.
I'm all about energy, and if it ain't there, I'm not going to force it.
Right.
Go get this shit and get on down. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like I said, at that point it's awkward, and you both probably like ready to go.
Yeah.
And
I guess to bring it back into the a millennial thing, it's like we're so like everywhere, y'all. We watch every type of everything, and it takes a lot dating wise for you to hold certain things down with a person, right? If I'm always watching cooking videos, I'm always watching poetry videos, I'm always watching someone else's lifestyle. Sometimes when I get into my own life, I don't really have one. I don't really have nothing to offer. I don't really have nothing to let me know that if we lose these phones, or if we mess up and don't have entertainment from the outside world, can we entertain each other? Can I have a conversation with you without it being something mutual? Like it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong also with getting
a third party.
Yeah, without a third party. Like, can I hold on to you in the sense of really knowing that you have substance? Substance is a big like deal with me lately because of like I'm recently divorced. Old story. But what I realize is sometimes what you don't have with people, or what you look for within your own mentality or your own situation, all started with knowing that I didn't really have like chemistry. I didn't really have energy. I had attraction, but I didn't really just have like affection. It was more of like, dang, during this time period, you caught my eye, you caught my scent, you caught my like, you can sing well, or you can hold a conversation quite well about subjects that matter to you. And if I don't respond well to it, sometimes it gets really frustrating when you go into longevity into relationships knowing that you really didn't have much to give, or you don't really find yourself too interested. I really do believe people should have common interests. Like when people say, opposites attract, that's cool. It's really cool. But try opposites attracts longevity wise and watch. And this is my own personal. Some of y'all may see differently, but longevity wise, I really saw that if my person didn't have all interest in me, like I spent as much time away from that person because they were in their own world and I was in my own world, and they never crossed. Like they were we were probably even going in the same direction, but our worlds never crossed to the point where, and I think people still should have their own thing.
Well, I mean, of course, because for one, at the end of the day, like I always say, you are always your own individual person.
Right.
You don't need nothing or nobody to make you whole, but anything, well, let them compliment you, not complete you.
Right.
Yes.
Because you're already a person. You're already who you are.
Yeah.
So at this point, you know what I mean? I know they say everybody needs somebody, but it's not in the sense of just like, I need you to survive. You know what I mean?
Because that's definitely how it was. I'm sorry, and that's opinion. But I also, in some facts, I can go give you some if you want. But that's definitely how a lot of our older generation lived. They did it out of survival. They stayed with each other for the sense of, I can eat. And we do it sometimes too. Like I heard this, a homosexual. A homosexual is a person with someone because, it's convenient. We've all been there. We've all done certain things where we felt like in order to balance. In order to balance or keep living life, we choose to kind of get ourselves in a relationship that we ain't really fooling with, or we really don't want. In actuality, it's just actually a little bit more convenient. So
okay, I was gonna address this. Okay.
Yeah, but real quick, just older generations, they did it too. It's just they didn't have as much as like problems with it. Like we do.
No. So Shay, she said, do you think millennials are really scared to go beyond a sexual relationship? Dating takes so much. And I think that is the main reason why we kind of don't want to go past a sexual relationship, because nobody wants to really take out the time to put so much effort and time into getting to actually know somebody, because that takes time, because getting to know somebody takes longer than just 1 year. I mean, you learn in people every single day. You find out something different about them.
Yeah.
What she say? You can express and open up yourself to a person. Make yourself everything that a person say they want, just to find out that the person don't have the same energy for you. So maybe they use just having a sexual relationship as a defense mechanism to not have their heart hurt. Yeah, but at the same time, even though that may be something that's used as a defense mechanism, to keep from being hurt, it's still digging another hole somewhere else, whether they realize it or not.
Right.
So if that other person decides they no longer want them, can the transition easily?
Because love MC can be damaging when it's not with someone who share the same interests. Yes, if you're not on the same level playing field, that's why I fuck with the Libra scale type mentality. As soon as you tip one way, and it's up to your partner to get you back balanced. I'm sorry, you can't get your scales back balanced. You have to lean on the other side. And if a person is not trying to get you balanced, or is not trying to make up for what you believe in, or make up for what you're lacking, or hiding your strengths. I like using heighten lately. Sometimes it's not all about what you're missing. Sometimes if a person can make you even better than your already greatness, that's even doper. That's so incredible for a person to also be capable of making your already preciousness and your already talent and making it bigger, or taking your lack of drive and actually giving it to you. Right. Giving you the ability to you know what, she has a right mindset. I am capable. I can lift that box because I have the capability. I have the muscles. I'm just not using it, or not using them the right way. That's why Black women are so freaking amazing to me. All women are amazing. Black women, however, because I'm on team. I'm team melanin so much lately. So not lately, always melanin. Yes, I see a comment by Tracy that I really want to. I know. I'm gonna get off this subject because I was going to address it and make another point. So you can go ahead and then I'm gonna say that. I finished it so she can get to this comment from Tracy Ratliff White. It's all about that balance. And the person who you're with has to want that balance too. It's that person has to be very intentional about what he wants or she wants from you.
So an interesting point that I wanted to make that Bud actually wrote down is that only 26% of millennials are married. I think that's kind of low. That's low.
That is low. Married.
Okay, but I wholeheartedly believe that when you are married, you should continue to date. So me and Bun talked about this last night, where it's kind of when you pursuing somebody, I got your phone number.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done.
I'm in the dough. I'm in the dough.
But it takes more than just that. The same energy that you put into getting my phone number is the same energy you need to keep throughout the duration of that relationship. Yes, because you can allow that intimacy in that relationship to die, I believe. If you're not doing anything, there's I always tell people, it does not take much to date somebody. You don't have to go and spend $300, $400, $500, $1,000. You ain't gotta go buy no Balenciagas, nothing like that. You can go to the store. You can buy you a 50-cent card or a $1 card. You can get her favorite candy. Yep. You can get her favorite food. Give it to her or give it to him. It would allow them to know, okay, oh, my baby love me. My baby thinking about me.
This little gestures. It's always the little stuff. It's always the little stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people do also to be indulge grandly, which if you're capable, if that's what you wish to do it. However, for us individuals who are aware of our money situation, that's a reason why we act a certain way too when it comes to dating. You think my finances actually match what I want to do compared to what I can do? Not saying that I'm not gonna splurge or I'm not going to go there, but it does affect how we see people. Some people say nope, I ain't giving nobody she gold digging. However, some people would be like, you know what? If she has certain type of taste, it shows what type of individual she is, for as culture. She may have high class. He may have high class. He might want to wear certain things, and it speaks about his character in a positive way. They're both double negatives. However, I know for a fact millennials, we catch hell out here when it comes to jobs, when it comes to opportunity.
Boy,
like
listen.
like how am I supposed to say I'm gonna date somebody when I'm sitting here worried about, like, is my phone about to be turned off?
Broke.
Like, help me.
Help me.
Like
we go to school.
Yep.
We pay all this money.
Someone told me they had three. One of my friends said they had 3 jobs. I thought they only had that one job.
Man,
that's the only place I saw.
3
they said 3. She said she taught, she worked at the gas station, and she did hair on the side. I'm like, God, oh man. Who got time to come see me or me?
And I think that's another thing that kind of affects dating, because when we have so many responsibilities that we're trying to tend to. We trying to pay bills, we trying to pay back student loan, and like we go to school for nothing, and we can't find no jobs, y'all. We hungry. We
like, you ain't cooking.
Can I come over your house and eat?
Like, I don't really. It's like, to be honest, I don't even want, like, we can cuddle. You got some popcorn?
Exactly.
Like, we are, like, I'm sorry that the generation comes off like, what can you do for me, or can you help me?
Yeah.
It's just, but it's a part of, like, the culture, and it's changes. Technology has made it so hard for us to actually be productive. Like, there were factory jobs all the time. There were so many different. That's why so much of us have dreams of entrepreneurship. We have to make our income. We don't, like, we can't really
even
get,
if not that, like I feel like we're like the generation that, like, we're woke, and we're trying to not work for the man. We're trying to be able to work for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because at that point we know that can't nobody take nothing from us. Can't nobody hang anything over our heads. Because everything that we have, we've acquired on our own. Yes,
we have. It's like, and it's not to say that we don't appreciate the individuals who actually did, like, put. Yeah, I'm definitely laughing at her comment.
Man, I didn't see
it. If she gives that one right there, the City Girls joint.
Wait, I can't find it.
She said, if she want a City Girls budget, I can't date her.
Exactly.
Bro, City Girls are funny too.
Getting flued out.
Yes.
A brand just
I know.
to do that in.
Like, and before
you don't want a brand new car just to work? You just want a brand new car just to F in? Cool.
It may be fun. Anyway.
Got a little quiet.
Yes, I'm like, that's also like, we scatterbrained as a mud. Like, I know for a fact I am. Like, I have this real thing what I tell my friends quite often, because I feel like I need to. I love y'all. I'm sorry that I'm so inconsistent. When I am with you, though, you have my full undivided attention. Okay. And that is an issue.
That's the issue. I was going to say, because it's the issue with me, because I'm the type of person, if you are very much so inconsistent with me, without reason,
you
get blocked. Because my thing, I'm gonna block you. Because, like, the thing is, like, blurred lines. Like, okay, you telling me, man, I want to take you out to eat. I want to take you here. I want to take you there. All right, nigga, win. I mean, did they come around to it?
Follow up.
Did they come around to it, and then it's kind of like, you don't hear nothing from, but later on, like, what you doing? Nigga, I thought we were going to go eat, but I guess we ain't going nowhere in that block.
First of all, I thought you said you were going to hit me up at 3. It sure look like it's 7. What happened? Yep. That, and I think a lot of it is because of the lack of know-how as we grew up. Well, with me, the lack of know-how of what consistent dating is, or consistent communication. Like, I know I'm very, like, I'm very communicative on certain things that interest me. Like, you know, I'm very communicative on providing certain type of healings to my friends in nature, whatever. But I never really did that for myself for a while. So when I went through, like, any type of personal relationship stuff, millennials, we tend to hold grudges too. We tend to, like, go through stuff a little bit harder than if a situation comes up. It's more impactful emotionally, because sometimes it's so impactful emotionally because it's impacting physically. I just gave you everything for us, my, you know, body, mind, soul, family, finances, college. We were all good and gravy, but as soon as, like, work started, you know, things got really, really serious and buggy. So I got to that point where once I had my bad relationship or bad hurt here and there, and I decided to internalize, heal, do my own thing, I got so comfortable in that quietness. I got so comfortable in that me time that now dating for me is like I'm so always beating myself up for not having enough drive because I was in that quiet place. I was in that quiet place. But when you had me, if someone's in a relationship with me, I wasn't just like not consistent. I was always like people would hit up my ex's phone to find me. That's how like, and that was a weird thing when I think about it now. Like I was when I'm with somebody, I'm with somebody hard. I'm with them hard, like all up in their ear. But it changes. It changes.
So Jeremy White, he said, does the music that millennials listen to affect how they date? The songs such as "Kissing on My Tattoos," "No Type," "Trap Queen" promotes what type of relationship they want or want out of the relationship. So I do believe that music contributes to it a lot. They also call us like I forgot, I saw something where they call us like we like to be on Instagram. We like to take pictures. We got to do it for the gram.
Y'all Snapchat be popping. I ain't got one yet.
So yeah, I do believe that the music, has, because. So I'll say at all costs, do anything that would avoid, like, don't put yourself in them type of situations. So if you know that you're at a point where you're trying to create like an intimate bond, a mental bond relationship with this person, then there's certain music that you need to not listen to. If you feel like it's gonna be something that's gonna get you in the mood, like whatever you got to do to help you keep self-control, like don't listen. And don't be listening to When We and what's the other one?
I'm in a certain mindset about that. Like I get up with understanding that music does put you in a freaking mood. Like someone told me how different types of alcohol put you in a different mood. Like someone told me dark gets them there.
Tequila.
Like some people say if you give me dark, I will take something. And I was like, okay, anything. I'll get out this car, right? But I realized like the level of fun that millennials have though, like we actually love a good time. We bring so much enjoyment. Like we try different things. Energy wise, I really feel like sometimes it's cool. Like I'm conscious and aware enough that I'm not finna sit here and pretty much look for a girl that actually only listens to city girls. Cause y'all can't tell me that dropping them peaches is
she red.
You can't tell me y'all don't have some type of like get crunk in you. Even older generation. I know people who was in them clubs and they deaconed out now, or they may be, motherboard out now. I heard about stories and stuff. Those blues music.
The blues
is hella raunchy. So I'm sitting here like everything is. There's nothing different. There's nothing different under the sun.
It's not.
So I'll be like, technically, can't no other generation tell me that my music is detrimental when I know for a fact your music had you in red light district too. So it's like if you really don't want any type of exposure, you have to kind of submit to not having a personal life in a certain type of way. Not saying you can't, you gospeled up. Get your Kurt Franklin on, or maybe that's the balance you need. You need Kurt Franklin because he gives you the gospel with a little, that little jump with it, that little bounce. All my people say, but I'd be in a mindset like I kind of know that, and maybe it's also I think it's more of like when people say this music is detrimental. I think people say it's detrimental to adolescents. Like it changes like the mind that's mind's in development. But for the mind that's already developed, I don't really think music kind of like influence. Like we just make conscious choices. Like I made a choice to go listen to like Cash Money taking over for the 99 2000. It's gonna mess up everybody. Not even like I know baby boomers, and baby boomers are like in their 70s now, 70s, 80s. I know if you play that for them, they getting in there. They going. So I kind of have that mindset, like, you know what?
It's a vibe.
It's definitely a vibe. But if you're thinking about what it does over long-term purposes, like, go listen to you some jazz or some soul ballads,
I mean, depending on the vibe of the music you want to get to. But like I always say, like, if you're trying to avoid being physically involved with somebody and you know that it ain't something that you're ready to do right now,
Yeah.
then when y'all together, find the edited version, put on the clean version, so we won't be. You know what? Don't even turn it on at all. Find something else. Yeah.
To go.
So we're about to close.
We're gonna close it out, and I'm gonna give you some tips. Shout out to Manisha Monique, one of the incredible new waivers I've learned back, in Little Rock. Shout out to Little Rock, Arkansas. Shout out to all y'all who came in here. I'm gonna give y'all a few tips from what we talked about, and we're gonna end this with all types of love.
We want to wait like 30 minutes.
Yeah, a little bit. We gotta get there. Conversation go there. But tip 1, be upfront and honest with your intentions.
Always.
That's all that matters. Like,
and I think that's all people ask for. That is not anything that takes a lot. Like,
at all.
If you know that you ain't really ready for no relationship, say that. Ain't no harm in it. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's not right to not give somebody that option.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if this is not what you're looking for, but this is something that I'm looking for, then you need to tell me that.
Yeah.
So that I won't let my mind go there.
Yeah.
Versus, you doing all this for me, and at the end you ain't really ready to be in a relationship. So you telling me up front gives me the choice.
Yeah.
Whether I want to leave or whether I want to stay. So.
Yep. Do not get caught up in dating rules. I feel like our generation makes too many loopholes. Dating is quite actually simple if you're upfront and honest. So let's follow up from tip 1. So follow up tip 3 is follow your heart and instincts. There is no time limit for when things should be done. Even though people say that we are out here not doing what we need to be doing, we need to settle down, you need to go ahead and have kids, you're about to be 30. It's okay.
Don't rush it.
Please don't rush it. Please don't rush it. At all. Take your time and don't be upset about taking your time. I value your age. Like, there's like a lot of us are turning 30 these years. Value your age. It's okay. It's okay to grow. Wine tastes better if it's aged, right? So don't be mad because you still a grape or you about to be away from a don't be mad. Whatever. So, and last one, do not be afraid to do monthly check-ins. This is time to be open and honest about your thoughts, feelings, and regarding your relationship.
Which I feel like is important because, like, when you're dating somebody, like most people say, like when they're dating, it takes about 3 months for them to date before they decide whether they want to be in a relationship or not.
Mm-hmm.
So those months of checking, hey, so how are you feeling about this situation? Do you feel like this is something you kind of want? Do you want to pull away? Do you want to keep going?
About to tell you my feelings. Are yours matching this? Do you think it's worth it? And if anything I can add to all of this is, on both sides, never take it personal. Like, be okay with someone not liking you for his preference, someone not being in a relationship with you. You may have the biggest crush on someone. Do not take it so personal to the point where you was like, where you go into being bashful. Like, freak that nigga. Forget that girl, man. She
was good anyway.
Yeah, like, don't be spiteful. Don't be spiteful at all, y'all. If we dating or if we just in that period where you decide you want to talk to someone or want to see how it goes, do not be spiteful if they reject you. It's okay.
Right.
Some people don't like, super sweet tea, or some people don't like Gatorade. Some people want nothing but water. It's okay because that's their personal preference.
Right.
But if they're trying to bash you and say that you're not worth it, then it's okay to check. You can check somebody after that. I believe in checking people too. Now I ain't used to, but yeah.
Put people in that place so they keep doing it. Right?
Yeah, they'll definitely keep doing it. They'll definitely keep treating you a certain type of way. And millennials, we out here in a good way, not just out here, hooking up at all. We're educating ourselves. We're trying new things, and we're just taking our time. And it's okay to do that. Generation X, y'all did a good job. Y'all don't have to feel like you messed up somewhere, because I've never really just asked the question, like, do you feel like it's your fault that I'm this way? Sometimes I would be like, well, you didn't really teach me how to, hold a person.
Right.
You didn't really teach me how to, I could go in all day about what I didn't get taught, but I can also go into everything that I was taught by the older generation. Point from the side.
There's only so much that the past generation can teach you.
Exactly.
They can't show you how to be in the present.
Nope. At all.
Time period right now.
At all.
That's
dope.
You gotta learn it as you go.
That's dope from the outside, from our help. That's Anna McCarran, by the way. And shout out to also Jay White, who helped us with, the setup and getting things together, throwing the dialogue for us.
Cameo.
Yeah, anybody want a cameo real quick before we start showing love? Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Look, cameo. I just want to shake my dress.
Hey,
That's all I want to
that
do.
2-string. Let it out.
That's
Let it
okay.
out. Melanin popping. Black girl magic. Yep. Jack Rat, you trying to get in here just to say hey to the people? Come on, let them know about it.
Y'all doing?
Hey,
I'm
I'm about acknowledging everybody. I love people. J Rad, look at that's simple. Ladies, if you trying to have a simple, straight to the point, my guy J Rad be on it. I love it, and he funny as fuck, y'all. I promise you. Y'all who out there, I'm glad y'all got into the comments. I'm glad for Girl Code. Thank you so much for inviting me into.
And this won't be the last video.
Oh, you got me.
We'll be doing
First
some more.
fam, whatever. Yeah.
First
Cousins.
All of that.
Black girl magic, black boy joy. Like this was a amazing collabo. It's my first thing that I've got onto since I've been away from the Nappy headquarters. Shout out to Nappy if you're watching. The Nappy goes on at 8 o'clock. Tune in.
Mario Barnes.
Yeah.
You need to holler at us, okay?
Yes. If you shoot, y'all can shoot us in the messages.
In the messages, yeah. Inboxes.
Yeah, inboxes. For y'all who still wanna, chat maybe later on, I'm cool if y'all wanna just do a live video chat with me. If she have time.
Yeah, if I
we got time,
That's fine, because I'm in
Masters.
trying to get
Because
so
AKA incredible mom, incredible business owner. Girl Code does everything, y'all. I was too ready for this. But shout out to thank you guys so much. I want to give a shout out to, like I said, the Nappy, not another podcast people use. You guys can follow me on there. Follow Anna McCary. Follow Ginsu. Oh yeah, anybody that came in the comments from Little Rock, Arkansas. Thank y'all. I love y'all so much. You can follow me on Instagram, Frozen Deception, PHROZEN. DEUCEPTION. She gonna put it in
Frozen. Is there any underscores?
Yeah, underscore Deception.
DU.
Yep. Shout out to Osai Suave House.
Spell it again. DUECEPTION.
Yep.
Right.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for just showing us so much love. I'm so ready for this.
I forgot my Instagram.
I remember. Okay, we can look at that.
That's tragic.
If y'all want, go share this video to people. Go tell people go to this time. Go to they went in on 33 minutes.
Listen, we got another surprise coming up for y'all that we are working on, but I don't want to say it just yet. But it might be the first in Greenville to happen, but we're working on it.
Man, y'all gonna like it too.
Y'all gonna like it.
Thank
you, Shakura.
We capable, man. I promise.
So we'll be seeing y'all soon. Thank you guys for tuning in, and y'all have a good one. Bye.
Wake your ass.
Oh, did it end? Okay.
Yeah.